Dang, they just gonna drill right there in the middle of the city? Like a mosquito.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Sintel with the Intel, and I am here with one of the co-creators of the Geekish Network. Chuck, tell the people what's going on, man.
What it do, people? I'm back again for the final episode. Is this the final episode?
Yeah, I think this is the last one, episode 10 of Kizazi Moto. This episode is called Enkai. Now, please make sure you stay towards the very end because we're going to be chopping it up, breaking it down, talking about all the things we loved, liked, and things that we maybe find puzzling. It's always going to be worth your time. So without any further ado, let's get started. I feel a little melancholy. The last one, man, Kizazi Moto has been a joy. Absolute joy to watch. Enkai.
Enkai.
I think I'm saying that right.
Is it Enkai?
Enkai? Inki?
Enkai?
Enkai? Oh, already like the art style.
Wow.
Huh.
Enkai.
Enkai, there was that. It was Enkai. So they're magical, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Oh, I love how her feet are glowing. Feet and hands. That's really cool.
I notice how her hair is like the one with the water people and her hair flutters out, the black woman.
Creation is not a game, Enkai. You're not yet ready.
I don't know. Children have a way of knowing things.
They do.
Hiya, sawa sawa.
Uh-oh. Was she cramping?
I wonder, look at their hair.
Can I come with you?
You're not ready, Enkai. Okay? Nom nom.
Nom nom.
I wonder what her job is as this mythical being, this mystical being.
I am ready. So I need this and also this.
Oh, you just gonna be mixing chemicals, huh?
She's gonna be making going home. I love her feet.
Glitter!
She's just making creatures.
Huh.
Mama creation?
I guess so. Well, at least her mama is the queen of creation.
Yeah, yes, I'm thinking.
Mama! I did it! Mama?
Oh.
What's happening?
I'm not supposed to go outside.
What is outside? Huh. Huh. Nine Sisters is our home. Stop mining our mountain.
All the pollution. That's probably why her mother's sick.
Everybody got masks on.
Look at the art style change. Yo.
Huh. Dang, they just gonna drill right there in the middle of the city? Like a mosquito.
Yeah.
Huh.
I wonder if they can see her.
Yeah, that dude was talking to her in the bus, I thought. So they taking from these people and then giving it back to the top 1%, huh? That's very telling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mama.
Oh.
Promise me you will stay inside.
I promise.
That art style changed back to like a painterly look.
Yeah, and the frame rate changed too.
It did. It got slower, turning more like claymation.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, she is not.
Look
told you. You're not ready, my baby.
You look like you need somebody to have your back.
Mm-hmm.
She out there fighting the fight. Oh, make a partner, huh?
It's so heavy. One last drop. Don't worry. This time, it's going to work. We finally found the last fig.
Oh, is she older?
Yeah.
Time out.
Oh, wow.
Lift up.
In her building, she got older. Oh,
Wow. Oh, the temple fell or whatever it is.
Yeah, the mountain.
Wow.
I can explain.
This is not a game.
I'm the one who brought you back, Mama. I know that.
Earth needs me, Enkai.
Look how much glow her hands and feet got.
Look how gray her hair got. How much older she got.
What? How did you?
Oh, she was like, Mom, I've been in the lab.
We have to go.
Wow.
Mama.
She's not gonna leave her people. Oh, maybe.
Did she go with her?
Yeah. Wow, she created a whole new world.
Yep.
Mama, you did the best you could. If you make it back to them, we'll never be free.
Wow.
Never imagined my own freedom.
Only they can save themselves now.
Wow. And you see the planet right behind it too.
Yeah, I see. And it's still Africa. They went to a whole different planet. And the birds are, everything was frozen. It comes
Wow.
Nice.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
Amazing.
Wow, and that is the bookend, right?
Yeah.
There is a reason why that was selected. Wow. I'm really impressed. I guess my first thought is, I guess it's kind of like the obvious thing, and that is the continent is Africa as a whole is being really exploited for its resources. Overly exploited for its resources. And some to the point where the damage can't be recovered. At least, yes, it's irreversible, especially within the span of a human lifetime, right? And if you are a spiritual person, if you're connected to the planet, what does that look like? On a spiritual level, of how you're hurting your planet, or how you're hurting, aspects of the planet. Because I'm assuming she's not necessarily the whole planet. She just represents the mountain that's being mined.
I think she represents nature. She's Mother Nature.
Right. Well, she's definitely a creator. She breathes life into things. What'd you think?
I think she's like Mother Africa. She is. What Africa was for is Africa, Ikubalan. And that was the name of the whole entire continent. And that meant the world. The thing is the world of the womb or something like that.
Okay.
And I think that's what she was. And she's fighting to try to keep that. And the daughter, is growing up, sneaking out, trying to build a world for her mother, because her mother's always working, trying to keep the world the same, trying to protect it. And she's like, you can't do anything for them. They got to do this on their own now.
Message.
Woo. And I think that's so much truth in that.
Yeah. And then they still get like front row seats at the very end. I thought it was really important and poignant that they put the earth behind. As so that it's not forgotten. It can still be seen, but like you said, her daughter was like, you've done all you can. Like, look at you, look how much you've aged. Look,
Yeah, you're
look
not
at the toll
free.
that it's taken.
You're not free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when she went outside to us, she walked through a portal of the room they shared together, their sanctuary, then went out the door.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now the little girl was like, the door is not going to hold any longer. So I created this other place for you, Mom,
Yeah.
so you can be free.
How did you know what? Something that I thought was interesting was the parallel of them stealing the resources, whatever that blue liquid is that's valuable. They had it in the form of a mosquito. I thought that was really interesting because the in case you didn't know, the greatest killer on the planet is not lions and tigers or sharks. It's mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have the highest death toll of any not organism, just any not animal, but any life form that's not like microbial, right? Like nothing has a higher death toll than mosquitoes because of malaria.
Yeah.
And then they use that as the thing that's siphoning out, the life force from the planet. I thought that was an interesting choice.
I found that very fascinating. And not only that, it was a mechanical mosquito. So it shows that humans are the parasite draining the planet. We're controlling that mosquito.
Yeah.
We are the pestilence on this planet.
Yeah. And they had a moment where it wasn't as lost in subjectivity. They had a guy where they did two interesting things. One is when she went outside and she got a chance to see the real world, there was a guy in a van that pulled up. One crazy thing changed is the animation style changed for him. The frame rate changed. It looked a lot more cartoonish than what was previously seen. And then the second thing is he just said it right on the nose. He's like, it's only like the 1% that's over here draining everything. And, you look up and you see their little crystal palace sitting on the top of the hill. Yeah. So it was like, wow. Okay. So I was curious, especially for you, because you were far more observant when it comes to animation styles and meaning than I am. What do you think, changing of the frame rate, changing of the animation style for that poignant moment, does anything pop for you?
Yeah, I think it's just let you know they're more simple and slower, and so time moves slower for them. We're outside, we're animated fast, everything's hard edge and smooth. There, it was a lot of like the textures on all throughout the scene. They were more earth tone, more serene inside, more heavenly like. Like the hair was like heavenly and it had planets and stars in it. Right. And they stepped outside. For the rest of us, we didn't have any of that. We had smooth, hard edges like plastics.
Right. Okay.
And let you know what we wore, metals.
Yeah.
And just how different they are. And her job was trying to hold the continent together. Yeah. Because in the very beginning, when she looked out the window, you saw Earth and it was the continent.
Right.
Too.
Good point. Yeah. Okay. So it's looking like maybe this was cause I just rewinded back to the beginning to kind of look and see if there's anything I kind of missed in the quick moment. And when she's like doing the young girl's hair, what's her name, Enkai's hair, you can see outside of her spiritual plane or whatever that they're located, there's other worlds out there.
Yes.
So, their safe haven, even though it is connected to our real world, it's still, an otherworldly type of place. There's
multiple portals, there's multiple windows that she could probably walk through, but she chooses to walk through our window.
Yeah. So that's interesting. She said that her daughter wasn't I guess old enough to create life in itself, even like one small piece of life, and then lo and behold, she creates an entire brand new world. She's like, not only am I ready, I'm overly prepared. I created a whole new world so that we can get away. What else I thought that was kind of interesting too is they didn't announce that she had aged. No. It's one of those things where art should show instead of tell. You just see her in the lab cooking it up, and then I had to ask you. I was like, she looks older, right?
She walked out and walked right back in.
Yeah.
So she walked back into the earth, and maybe that's where they age at, is when they leave the house and go out and they age.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. Yeah.
Mother age, she probably aged because they're tearing up the world. That's why mom's like, you're not ready.
Yeah. The other thing that I really liked too was the parallel between the pain that she had with her womb. I thought that was dope. And then there was a fruit that she opened up. She opened it up and then she cut it down the middle and it had something down right inside of it, and you know, it looked like a vagina. So I was like, okay, you know, they're kind of subtle with that, with the power of being a woman, and bringing life. That's just, you know, that's what women do. They bring life. And then even in the magic, you could still see, like, you know, the womanly essence of that, you know.
Yep. And people could forget the little girl made something like a griffin.
Oh,
her creature's like a griffin. You
know,
with wings, with bird arms, and with a tail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true.
Yeah,
man. All right, let's just take a quick moment. I don't want to get into too many details because I want, if you are watching this, I want you to come to the Geekish Network so you can get a full breakdown of all of these episodes. But if you can give me, like, you know, a quick sample of what you think of Kizazi Moto as a whole before we close out.
Man, I think Disney did this an injustice. This is something they had an anthology series. It's sure it's not Star Wars, but they should have promoted this. This is good storytelling even for them. It's a different type of storytelling. It's not about a princess and her mother. This is about some kids and the women figures. They still kept it. It's kind of like the Disney formula, but it is amazing, beautiful artwork. It shows us in different lights, people of color, black people in color particularly, and people from the continent in different colors and different lights. And considering that all of it came out of a publisher out of South Africa that picked and chose people in different regions of Africa is amazing, because it means they all spoke different languages. They all had different cultures. They came together and made this masterpiece of 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Unfortunately, the only place that I really saw this advertising was like on social media. I'm sure it was in other places, but if it was pushed out like they pushed out some of their other content and just flooded the airways with it, I would have known about it a lot more. And it wasn't until you were like, "Oh man, you got to really check out Kizazi Moto," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even realize it was an anthology." They just did not do a good job of pushing this form of storytelling. And the other thing I want to say is, I'm very excited that the continent of Africa and all these countries contributed and showed how they envision the future, how they envision family, spirituality, respect for elders, all of that stuff. Like, you don't really get a chance to hear and see those stories in the mainstream, at least as far as Western culture is concerned. Here, in the States, you don't really see a lot of that, and it's just cool to just see new forms of storytelling.
I concur with that. I think even with all the flaws of their animation of these young studio houses and Triggerfish, who probably led most of it, they made up for in the storytelling. The storytelling had purpose through every single last one. Nothing was to throw away in these shorts. Like a good short film, nothing was to throw away. Yeah,
I agree, man. Awesome, amazing storytellers. All right, well, listen, thank you all for checking us out and checking out Cinema Desi, where we get a chance. Excuse me, not Cinema Desi, excuse me, let me take the back. Thank you for checking this out, checking out Cinema Mosaic, where you get a chance to check out content from all around the world. We've been privileged to get a chance to check out some of the content from the continent of Africa and all the different multiple countries. I wish I could name them all off the top of my head right now. But
Zimbabwe, Tanzania,
Egypt,
just name countries,
Nigeria. It was a few of them.
It's a lot of them. Yeah, South Africa.
Yes.
That's where Triggerfish is located. So, aside South Africa and Nigeria, I think they have 2 studios.
All right. And if you want to get to know this gentleman right here, one of the co-founders, co-creators of the Geekish Network, Chuck, tell him what's good.
If y'all are curious about where Black, Indigenous people of color hang out to talk about everything geek, it's the Geekish Network. That's right, youtube.com/@the Geekish Network. We have a geek news show called Geek Beast. Centel's one of the founders of it.
Hey!
You should talk about that. We have a show called Binge-Worthy, where we binge a season in a week of a show, or the whole entire show in a week, and tell you if you should or not. And he's one of the founders of that show too.
Hey!
We have Pod Squadron, and we have a bunch of other shows coming in the fall and the winter. So stay tuned and subscribe to our channel and be waiting for all the stuff we have coming your way.
Yeah, and don't worry, if you can catch all that, there'll be a link in the description so you can click it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We'll be doing a full review on the Geekish Network about Kizazi Moto with some other just absolutely just brilliant individuals when it comes to digesting this content and breaking it down, and it's done from people that look like me and you. So without any further ado, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscription button, and of course, give us that thumbs up, because that's how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. We will catch you in the next project.